Yo, guys, girls, and everyone in between, this is Rebellious Pastry here, and I still need to pull up the stream wallpaper and um, the questions, which they're exact same questions. There's dead end, where we do not have dead end on here today because she was literally here last week. But look who I brought on. If you are a part of the donut batch for more than, I don't know, a month, or not, I'm gonna say, if you've been on here since before 2023, you know who this person is. And if you don't know who this person is, I don't know what to tell you. But in case people don't know you, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Wilbur. That's it.
Wilbur, and then, what are your pronouns? So that we know how to refer to you. Even though I know what they are, I still want people to go ahead and... People who have never seen this show before in their life, I would want for them to know, what to refer you as. Whoops.
Okay.
That's the rule sheet. Hold on. Sorry. I need the questions. All right. Continue. Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, I'm Wilbur. My pronouns are he, they.
He, they, you say?
Yeah.
All right. Just so you guys, girls, and in-betweeners know, they're pretty much the right-hand man of the channel. My right-hand man of the channel, pretty much. They've been here, I don't know, how many episodes have you been on?
Yeah.
What?
So, I've been on a few, that's it.
Yeah. Just so you know, this time around, your audio is kind of hard to understand.
Oh, okay.
Or it could just be my head. Don't worry. Let's see here. I'm still trying to pull up our stream wallpaper because I'm a dumbass sometimes. But yeah. Anyways, so where can everyone find you at? Also, oh, right. You don't have a social media either. The closest thing you have to social media is this channel. Or wait.
Yeah.
I thought you had a TikTok. What happened to that?
Oh.
Did you delete it?
Story, so...
What?
No, I didn't delete it. Funny story about it. So I was gotten banned. So, like...
You getting banned?
I almost got banned for asking help for something. And then I just kind of went inactive. Like, I respond to comments on that account, and that's it.
Yeah. Anyways, so, and can you please tell everyone what hobby you are, here for today?
Reading books.
Reading books. Also, your audio's cutting out a little bit.
Sorry.
All right. Anyway, how did you find reading?
School. Like, preschool. It was like, hey, take this book and read it. And, yeah.
Is there any way you can go ahead and get closer to your mic?
I am as close to my mic as possible.
Oh, it's just the mic you have. All right. So, you say you found it from school?
Yeah.
Why are you interested in it? / why do you do it? Also, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and tell the batch. If you guys have any questions, please say @RebelliousPastry and ask your question. it's okay if you ask your question now, but I would go ahead and read them at the end. So, yeah. So, feel free to ask your questions and I'll read them off at the end. Alrighty? And oh, I need to go ahead and set my Discord on Do Not Disturb so we can stop getting the ding ding, ding ding, ding ding. But yeah, I'm so sorry. This is, I know this is my show, but I keep on interrupting my guest. But yeah, anyways, why are you into it?
I like just certain genres of books, so it's like it's intriguing to read like horror books or not necessarily horror, but like a fun and exciting books is what I've been currently reading.
Yeah, just so you know, guys, girls, and in betweeners, I think Wilbur is one of our biggest horror fans of the channel. I think. I'm definitely not the biggest horror fan. I'm definitely not the biggest horror fan of the channel. But yeah.
Yeah,
So so you say you mostly like horror books?
yeah, horror books are just amazing.
Alrighty. Is so why do you read? Other than the
I read,
obvious because school wants you
I read mainly to help with like my comprehension skills as well, because like I'm partially dyslexic, not partially, like it's uh a minor kind of version of it. You know what I mean? I hope.
Yeah. Just please remember, you're talking to the batch as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, I almost always understand what you mean. Um, I feel like I would understand what you mean more than most people in your life, just
Yeah.
because, just because of how I am.
And also just because of like you've seen me messaging you on like Discord and stuff. It's like
Yeah.
um yeah, it's weird.
Um. Yeah. Alrighty. But anyways. So, how much does it cost? Okay, for this one, it is formulated mostly for. Okay, I'm just gonna let you answer it however you answer it. How much does it cost to? How much does it cost?
Uh, Depending on the book, around I think like $5 to $30.
$5 to $30.
Yeah, whether it's a set or like just one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then so you say it's $5 to $30 for one book.
yeah.
Alrighty. And then this second one is gonna sound dumb, but I'm gonna ask it anyways. Um is it a one cost hobby or is it something you keep on paying for?
It's a one cost.
Really?
It's not library books. It's like upfront. It depends on like the popularity and like stuff like that. And like, for example, if it's like a lesser known book, like well, not lesser known, but like less popular. Like for example, Heartstopper currently, it's cheaper because um quantity over quality and stuff like that.
Yeah. Um I'm gonna go ahead and just so you guys know, when you ask us questions about the hobby, about reading, not about anything else. In fact, you know what? Um, I'm gonna go ahead and take delete any. any questions that don't pertain to reading, I'm just gonna delete. Um, because I think I've okay. I'm just gonna delete it so that I don't accidentally read it, okay? I'm not gonna put you in timeout or anything. I'm just gonna delete your comment. Remove. There we go. Alright. Anyways, so if your question's not about reading, um, I'm not gonna read it aloud. But yeah, this is not a Q&A. This is a hobby interview show. It's different, trust me. But anyways, enough about me and my batch. So you say it's a one cost hobby.
What?
So you say reading is a one cost hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
if I was doing this interview show, I would have said it's something you keep on paying for because you keep on having to pay for books. But since this is you're the one being answering, we're gonna go with one cost. Um,
Yeah. So,
this is gonna all right. Do you make money off of it? Slash, do you have plans to
no,
make money off of it?
no, I don't. I don't plan on like making money out of reading books. I don't plan on making money out of writing books.
So no, you're not planning on to make money off of either. I have a feeling that in the future there's probably going to be people who are hiring to people to read for audiobooks. You wouldn't be interested in that?
No, I'm more interested in like law.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah,
And then how easy is it to have other hobbies?
pretty
This
easy
is
because like
this is a newer question that I decided to add because it's like, oh, this would be good for a hobby interview show. You're like, huh, I have never seen that one before. But yeah, continue.
I just forgot the question. Sorry.
Oh yeah. I was distracting you. How easy is it to have other hobbies?
Easy. How easy is it to have other hobbies? It's fairly easy because you don't have to read all the time. Well, I take that back actually. Everything you look at, you are reading, but like reading for fun in general is something you don't do all the time, like 24/7. So it's really easy to have other hobbies.
So it's really
Like
easy?
yeah.
But yeah. Alright, so how has reading helped you?
It helps me with like grammar and like comprehension skills.
Yeah. Um, my reading comprehension skills aren't isn't the best in the world, but yeah. So it helps you with like reading comprehension and what else did you say, my friend?
And grammar,
Grammar.
like spelling and stuff.
Yeah, does it also help you with spelling?
Yeah, sometimes. Or sometimes I don't remember it.
Yeah. I have spell check for that most of the time.
Yeah.
But yeah. Um this I feel like most of these questions are gonna sound pretty silly because it'd be like, but then again, I ask all these questions on every single hobby interview show. So, what are the downsides of reading?
The downside of reading,
Yeah,
sometimes like you get too connected with a character, and then like sometimes like they'll die or something. And you're like, and you'll
What?
feel like overly emotional about it.
Yeah. So you're saying you get too attached to 2D characters sometimes?
Yeah, that's just in general, like a lot of people do. Cause sorry, getting
You
sidetracked, but
you go ahead. Go ahead. We literally
sure.
have um until the show ends, which isn't for another like 2 hours ish.
Yeah.
So
So fun fact about the human brain. Depending on like what you're watching or reading, your brain can't tell the difference between fiction and reality.
interesting. Now here's a question I like to ask to mess with people's brains. Um, is Pastry considered a fiction or a non-fictional character?
Uh, Probably fiction.
Fiction, yeah. Um,
Maybe like historical fiction.
Pastry is historical fiction. That's funny, but yeah. um, Having this show is definitely a gift that keeps on giving. But anyways, what other downsides do you have other than getting too emotionally attached to characters?
Not many. Like it's really just that and like getting too caught up with reading that like you don't have time to hang out with people. That's really it.
Yeah, like you're saying, one can get too addicted to it.
Yeah,
Like
like how
like
people
I
get
gotta read another chapter. I gotta go ahead and do this and this and this and that and that.
yeah, or it's like you get sidetracked about something and then like go back to doing what you were originally doing and then get sidetracked again and then just stay sidetracked.
So it's hard to put books down, is what you're basically saying?
Yeah, it depends on the book.
Yeah. Um, let's see here. Um, Sorry. All right. So any other downsides?
Not that I can think of.
Hmm. And then I personally have a question for you. Is it easier for you to comprehend stuff when you read it yourself or when you have an audiobook?
I feel when I read it myself. So okay, so it was proven that it's easier to like focus on a specific book when or like a specific amount of information when okay, have you seen like those things on like YouTube and stuff with like it's like testing your like comprehension by showing one word at a time and it like goes really fast.
I personally don't watch that kind of stuff on YouTube.
Oh okay. So yeah, so it's like it'll have an a non-fiction thing about for example lizards and it'll have a piece of text and it will show you one word at a time and the middle of your screen
So
in like a box. It will do one at a time really fast.
So is it kind of like the like memory game where you go ahead and like there's like four different sides of like buttons and one lights up and you press it and then two light up and you press both of them and it's like
Yeah,
a
that's
memory pattern game ish thing?
kinda in a way. It's like it asks you questions after it's finished with the text. I'll try to find it. Oh yeah.
All right, and I believe you have a mod wrench. If not, then I'm stupid. If
Oh
you
what?
a moderator wrench. You better have one at this point. Also,
Okay.
please note that you may ask my wonderful guest any questions you have about reading. Like any questions, that they of course feel comfortable with sharing. But then again, it's about reading. Anything else, and I'll delete your comment. Wait, I'll like you guys can chat amongst yourselves, but if you ask, try to ask me or ask me a question or ask Wilbur something about not reading, then I'll take your question down. But feel free to chat with each other if you so do wish. Like every other episode of this stream show. But yeah, so you're saying so do you say that it's easier when it's read to you versus if you read or versus if you read it yourself?
No, I said the opposite. It's easier when I read it myself rather than when it's being read to me. But if someone's reading it out loud and I'm following along, it is a bit easier sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and would you recommend reading to others?
I would. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, wouldn't be good for people like me, but then again, um, yeah. So, what kind of things do you like to read? Also,
Uh,
remember, Wilbur, you're allowed to bend channel rules a little bit. If something's
yeah,
not normally channel appropriate, you're allowed to talk about it as long as you don't go into too much detail.
yeah. I like to, as I said earlier, I like to read like horror. I like to read FNAF books, something like Freddy's. Like, hold on, what's a good example? Um, I forgot what book it was. It's the eighth, I think. It's the first. So each book is it's three stories, like short in a way stories in one book. And the first one, it's called Gumdrop's Angel. It's about like kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese kind of thing. And then like if it's your birthday, like instead of the ticket things, it's a really weird like monsterish kind of thing made out of candy for like really young tiny children to like feast upon. Basically, I'm not gonna go into the rest of the detail though. Yeah,
Yeah. Have you ever read Animal Farm?
I hate Animal Farm so much.
I just
Eating it, I hate
I just had to ask. But
it.
but yeah. So no Animal Farm? It's literally like how about Lord of the Flies?
We haven't. I'm pretty sure we will in in school. I'm pretty sure we will soon. I don't know. Um,
I personally have never read Lord of the Flies, but I know so many people who have. It's crazy. But yeah.
something we do. Okay.
Um
Um.
what is your favorite book?
Um. Hmm. I'd say so. It's a book called Freak the Mighty.
Can
It's
you
about
please
like
repeat that again?
it's a book called Freak the Mighty. I'll type it in the chat, the stream chat.
The chat haven't really been chatting, but then again, I have enough questions to go for days. But yeah, Freak the Mighty. Continue?
Yeah. Uh, have you read it?
Yes. Or wait, no, not the book. I read your chat though.
Oh, okay. So what it's about like okay, I'm gonna use like terms from the book. It might be considered offensive. Um, like you can decide like if it's yeah. Okay, so it's about this little boy who I don't know what he has. I think it's like hold on. It's like I cerebral palsy. I can't say it. Jesus. Okay, hold on.
Just so you know,
Uh,
if you ever want to, if you ever want to start your own show, I would probably say get a better mic. Uh, but continue.
okay, I googled it. Okay, so it's called cerebral palsy. I finally said it right. Yeah, so it's about this boy, like this really short boy who. So it's like cerebral palsy is like it affects the ability to move and like your balance and posture. It's a weakness with the muscles, not the bones necessarily, but yeah. Cerebral is a part of the brain. Yeah, and then so that's quote unquote freak, and then the mighty is this boy named Max who is like I think he's like autistic or something,
I
and he's
think
like really awesome.
I actually think I've seen or heard of Freak the Mighty now that you're talking about it. Um, wait a minute. Is it the no? I honestly think I'm thinking about Fences. Have you read Fences?
What?
Have you ever read Fences, the book?
No, I haven't.
I had to
Hold
for
on,
IRL obligation. It's basically about this like really dumb guy that had like um really high trust in this friend that was like always smart and always like helping him out, and then it ends up being, and then it at the end I'm it's not a good book, so I'm gonna spoil the end, but basically like um they say something about like at some point in time you have to put the dog down. um so like um so um I guess somebody put somebody's dog down, and then the then the second main, or then one of the main characters, the smarter of the two main characters, ended up shooting the second main character, the dumb main character, in the back of the head, I think, and then ended up killing him.
Hey,
So or book about betrayal, I guess. I think that's Fences. They made us read the most messed up stuff in IRL obligation. My goodness. Why? And then they also made us read this other book that was all about substances, and um literally like half of the book is just people being doped up on stuff. And um and I how does one say this? The stuff that we don't normally talk about on this channel, all in one book.
fun.
Yeah.
Actually, it reminds me of this one book I read. It mentions like um,
Maybe you might read Fences in the future to come. But yeah.
but yeah, so there's this one book called "Girl in Pieces" by Kathleen Glasgow. I think is how you say her name. It's about like this girl who like has a lot of like bad things happen to her, and like a lot of stuff we don't talk about on the channel. But
You can break the rules a little bit here.
yeah, so it talks about like
If it's for the book, I'll let you break the rules. But
okay, hold on.
but if it's not about the book, then don't.
What?
If you're allowed to break the rules as long as it's a
Oh yeah, yeah,
something in the
yeah.
book. But if
It's
it's
just about the book. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna mark it like
Yeah.
I'm gonna mark this. I'm gonna put it in a part of the show title. I'm gonna rate it 13 plus.
Okay.
Mostly because of what
Well,
I'm talking about with the books I read. But continue.
give me a second.
Uh,
I'm good now.
am
Okay.
I being entertaining enough to where I'm literally making you cough? I'm sorry about that.
It was so funny, just like, cause it's like not muffled, but it's the quality on in my headphones is really crappy, and then just like you like freaking out. It sounded really funny. Sorry.
Yeah, why you think I freak out, or at least pretend to freak out on this channel?
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
It's entertaining. Yeah. Okay. So what I was thinking about the book is it's about this girl. I think she's about between 13 and no. Hold on, she's older than that. Uh, 16, I think. Like 15, 16 years old. And she's in a mental hospital. It's like really bad stuff. Yeah.
Hello,
Yep.
Lorenzo. Hold on. I'm gonna let you catch your breath. But, hello, Lorenzo. Feel free to ask about reading if you so do dare. I'm gonna end up, just so you guys, girls and in-betweeners, know, I'm going to go ahead and rate this stream 13 plus because of some things we mentioned. It's mostly been me so far who have been mentioning questionable topics. But if it's about the book, if it's something about how what somebody read, I'm letting people break rules. As long as it's not the one about stabbing me in the back. Cuz wow, there's this book about stabbing rebellious pastry in the back. Wow. Oh, I don't think it actually exists though. It'd be like a 2-page book, I feel like. But continue.
Nice.
Continue.
Um, but what I said about the book was kind of really it, and then like she gets let out, and she's supposed to be picked up by her mom, and her mom's like, "Nah, go away. Here's money. Go to I think it was Arizona, like from Michigan. No, yeah, Michigan to Arizona on a bus. That yeah, and then she gets a job, and that's really it.
Yeah, has there been a book you haven't liked yet?
Um, other than Animal Farm.
Oh.
um, so what was
Wow. Out of wait, let me go ahead and actually see the chat. For whatever reason, my Streamlabs is liking to cut off like half of the chat. I don't know what's up with the silly Streamlabs. I did not do anything to deserve like words being chopped off of my show. Streamlabs, you need to get it together. Let's see here. Whoa, you can reply? Wait, that's just someone not knowing how YouTube chat works. Not talking to us. Oh, if you are talking to us, please say at Rebellious Pastry. So that I know you're talking to me. But
yeah?
but yeah, sorry I got sidetracked. Alright, at Rebellious Pastry. Um Alright, gotta love. Alright. Apparently I need to quiet you down. And as far as my guest's mic is, the only way um we can get fix Wilbur's mic problems is if Wilbur gets a better mic. But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Um as far as Wilbur's mic goes, um I feel like their mic have seen better days. Oh yeah. Wait, yeah. Wait. I'm talking about Freak the Mighty. Jeez. No wait. I think wait, is that the I thought it was Fences. Wait. I think it was Freak the Mighty that where it be like the scene I described about a character getting shot in the back and dying. Um let's just say I've read a lot of messed up books due to IRL obligations. But yeah. So
Okay, should I have the question?
yes.
Okay. So, let me, just to clarify, the question was, did I have like a least favorite book?
Yes.
Or something like that.
Yes.
Okay. So, I do, and it's one I strongly hate and couldn't get through. It's called Millions for the Month. Or Millionaires for the Month, sorry.
Let's
It's about
see here.
these
Is there any way you can go into your mic settings?
I don't know how to do that. I think I just have to turn myself right.
It sounds like the grain is up too high on the panelist's mic settings.
I don't know what that means. Is it the sensitivity?
It's basically they're basically telling you your mic is crap and there's some way to fix it. But yeah.
I think I fixed it.
You're like spacing out. Not like your mic is kind of chopping up still. Like
Yeah.
but to be fair, during a episode and like a few episodes ago, like the last episode of last season, I was cutting out because apparently my mic wasn't plugged in all the way. But enough about mic issues. It's about reading. Have you ever read Rosa and Park?
What?
There's this book by the name of Rosa and Park. Have you read it?
I don't remember some of the books I've read.
So Rosa and Park's basically about these two friends who end up dating, and the girl has a really horrible home life, and I believe shoot. So like the girl has a really horrible stepdad, and pretty much like I basically spaced out during most of the book because it was super romantic as crap, and even back then I couldn't really deal with it much. Like I think I was reading that book while I was questioning my aromanticism. So that didn't help much. Thanks, life. Why you gotta be... Oh yeah, so have you heard of the book Scythe?
No, I haven't.
You should read it. It's literally one of the only books that actually catch my attention span with an audiobook. But it's basically about like this world where like like those scythe people who like like the Grim Reaper looking things that go around and killing people.
So,
Um,
yes, but the Grim Reaper
yeah,
kills.
so it's basically like a society full of those people, and and they pretty much. Oh, there's also a sequel too. There's two sequels, but or whatever, but it's basically about how like
Yes.
you these people live forever to like kill others, and pretty much the only two ways of not being a scythe anymore is to die from something that is never ever recoverable again, and or off yourself.
Oh,
Or wait, I think off yourself is the only way you can forfeit being a scythe. But you live forever until you off yourself, basically.
that's fun. That's sarcasm, by the way.
What?
I said that's fun, but I like specified that it was sarcasm.
Yeah. Um. But um. All right. Let's see here. Um. In my people's books, one always knows the villain because the villain's the human character. Interesting. Um. I think they got a spinoff coming out soon too, like or a different storyline. But yeah, what's your thoughts on those books where like like they just hop into like different characters' points of view?
Oh,
What's your thoughts about those books?
I like some of them. We read one in school, actually. Hold on, I forgot. Oh, I remember what it was called. It's a historical fiction book called Refugee. I forgot who it's by. It's about like so it's three different time periods, but the stories all connect from different places in the world. One in America in like the late 1900s. One in Cuba in in like the early 1900s, and then one in Syria in 2015.
So what is
It's
your
like all like
so what is your favorite type of like story structure? Like I know there's different ways of how people structure books and whatnot. Like, what's your favorite
I
like
like
structuring?
I like the ones with like the different points of view, but like that aren't like whole chapters. You know what I mean?
Um, sorry, I was reading the chat,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm doing that.
but yeah.
But so I like the books with like um
Have you ever
it's the
Oh, sorry. Continue.
sorry it's like the different points of views, but it's not like full chapters and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So, do you know a book by the name of Dry?
Of dry?
Dry.
No, but I know one called Dry Bone. Or I think that's what it's called.
Um. Um. How? All right. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name, but I think it's Macrobite. Micro. Mac. Macrobite. I'm gonna pronounce it like that until you tell me otherwise. But they said,
Mac.
or I think they're new to the channel. Welcome, Macrobite. You're gonna like it here, hopefully. That's a book.
Welcome.
Um, and if not, and if you complain too much, there's a survey to complain about what I do here. But I would recommend you actually watch a few videos before you fill that thing out, though. But yeah,
Yeah.
have you filled out the pastry survey yet?
Me?
The rebellious pastry, um, 2023 or preparing for 2023 survey. Mac Row Bite. Mac Row Bite. Okay, I'm so sorry. um, you know how much I take care into not mispronouncing people's names on purpose. But yeah, anyways, what were we talking about before I literally was trying to pronounce a fan's name?
Uh, that.
All right. Um, what's your thoughts about romance plots in books?
I don't like those. Those are whack.
You laugh at romance plots?
Yeah, romance books and stuff is like, no.
Oh man.
So,
What good way of to get me to stop reading a book than to put a sex plot in there? That's that's just my personal opinion.
yeah.
But yeah. um everyone um uh everyone in my RL obligation friend group thing is grabbing dinner right now. And I'm like, "No, I'm not going to grab dinner until after the show." But yeah, anyways. um
That's fine.
yeah, they know I do this, I think. But yeah, um anyways, so um what is your least favorite plot line?
Romance.
Like, wait, have you ever written or have you ever watched? Wait, not watched a book. Have you ever read a book where you're like, "Oh, this is written so poorly"? Like, my goodness,
Like, just poorly in general.
just like poorly written. Like, you feel like it would have been good if it hadn't have been written like it was.
It was one of the Pacific British books. I forgot which one. Hold on.
And I honestly feel
I'll be
like
able to figure it out.
one of the reasons of why Animal Farm was so bad was because they were trying to make a textbook fun.
It was also a bit offensive. It was offensive.
I mean, if with Animal Farm, if you like, if you mean fun to poke fun at, then I guess you technically did it correct. But
Yeah,
I don't think that's what they were going for.
I'm pretty sure it was in textbook. It was made, I think, during or like right after the revolution, and also by a British dude. Not really anything against British people. Just specifying.
Remember, we have British fans.
Yeah, exactly. Like nothing against British people. They're cool. I like them. But like, it was some random British dude, like either during or after the revolution, and he was like, "Hey, let's just decide to like just basically butcher everyone's opinions on the Russians." So yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, that happened.
But
But
yeah, if you could have written that book, how would it have been written?
definitely not as offensive, and like literally every other word that one of the pigs said, because there were like pigs in the story. Um, he kept saying comrade. I would have gotten rid of all of that except once. I would keep it once and then just get rid of it instead of like comrade this, comrade that. Yeah, like don't it's bad for books to overuse. You know?
Yeah. Um, what's your thoughts on picture books versus chapter books?
Picture book versus the book. Is that what you
I'm
said?
I'm talking about picture book versus chapter book.
Uh, it depends. Really, it's just on which one, like, what it is written. You know, I've seen a lot of picture books get turned into chapter books and like the other way around. So like, depends.
Yeah. Just so you know, you're chopping out again.
Uh,
Like I swear, if um, I swear, if the studio wasn't as far away as it was, I would probably say, "Come on over to the studio, please."
it's actually way closer to my house than you're saying. So okay.
But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
at IRL obligation right now,
Oh, okay.
so
That's
that's
nice.
why I'm saying this. Hello,
Yeah.
Shortstone. Um, and hello, Kronos. Um, yeah. Anyway, um, I'm gonna keep you on for the rest of this episode, but by next one, I'm gonna ask you to get a better mic.
Yeah, I have a better mic. It's just like somewhere else. Don't know where it went. So like
Is
a
it
head
Danny
that was,
Boy? Is it Danny Boy?
yeah, it's Danny DeVito. That's his nickname.
Uh, I just call him Danny Boy.
He has like really weird nicknames. It went from Danny Boy to Danny DeVito to Pickle number two.
But enough about Danny. If if he if he wants to be talked about on the show, he can figure out an episode with me. Anyway,
Yeah.
mics are evil. Haha. But yeah, enough about the microphone. Um so um what's your thoughts on graphic novels?
It depends. Like some of them are good, but like I've read some that aren't. I do read manga. I haven't as much anymore though, but I have like a couple
I'm
that are
talking
pretty
about like
good.
I'm talking about stuff like the bone books and bone
Yeah,
books. You
no,
know
I
what
know
I
what you're.
mean. Basically
I
the
know what a graphic
glorified
novel is.
comics.
It's you.
The glorified comics.
But yeah, I like them to be honest. They're good. A lot of them.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's better to process with or without the pictures?
It depends because like I for whatever reason physically just cannot things in my head like other people can. So like having pictures sometimes are good. Like it depends on the story. Like for example, we were reading the Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. It has some really weird thing about like the dude getting killed and then like beheaded and then the body stuck under the floorboard. It's yeah,
So,
and like you see the graphic novel and it's like holy crap, what is that?
yeah. Now my next question for you is there's a lot of people who do not like to read. How do you turn someone or like successfully turn someone from I hate reading to I love reading? Because I feel like
Right?
IRL obligations everywhere is just like pretty much um destroying like the likelihood of people actually wanting to read.
Um, find movies people like and see if there's a book based off of it, and if there is, figure out what genre it is and just recommend books like that.
Well,
That's,
there's no ways to find a book on what I'm into. Oh, but I could write one. I
what are you into?
I could write one. But um that's not my main point. Streaming ain't my main point either, but I still do it. Um people love. All right, so like most generally in IRL obligation, they tend to give us like boring texts and expect us to read it and comprehend it and like do an essay or do a test on it. And it's like, wow, how what a way to kill someone's love of reading. Also,
Yeah,
what's your thoughts on like books about books or movies that are made off of books?
some of them are good, some of them I'm kind of iffy about. Like, for example, you know what Saw is? Like the movies with like Billy the Puppet, I think is what his name is. Big Saw. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not really.
Okay, so it's pretty graphic. I'm not gonna go into the. I'm pretty sure there's like six of them. So Saw is like it's a bunch of teenagers who, I guess, in a way, got like kidnapped, quote unquote, by this random puppet. And he's like, "Hey, in order to escape, you gotta do these things, and if you don't do it in this amount of time, you're gonna die."
Hmm.
And there's only like one or two survivors left. But that's really it. There's a
Why
lot
is
of those. It's weird.
why is it that whenever you say teenagers, I think of those like cheesy high school books or cheesy high school ish things. Like, I don't know, man. There was once this like murder mystery or oh yeah, murder mystery book that I could not pay attention to for the life of me. Like look here. Like what's your thoughts on mystery books? After I say mine. I honestly feel like with mystery books like I already had to work hard enough to go ahead and actually understand what's happening without having people like trip me up on what's happening. Like it's too much work
Yeah,
to try to read and figure stuff out at the same time, you know.
yeah.
What's your thoughts on mystery books?
Murder mystery books in general are I don't like them because like it's the majority of them are blankly obvious. And the same with like murder mystery, though there's this one, it's a manga, so like anime as a book.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to explain it. And basically, it's kind of like Saw, but way less graphic, and you know, who, like you don't know who killed who, how it happened. Well, no, you know somewhat how it happened, but you don't know who did it, when it happened, and stuff like that. And like if there's multiple people or not. It's like I think it's like 16 of them and only six survive. It's called, it's it's a really weird name, so I'll just put it in the chat. It's hard to say.
So now my next question is, what's your thoughts on like book signings? Um, uh, like a author is like, hey, I want to, or all right, dragon, no, okay. Anyway, so what's your thoughts on like author book signings? Like, let's say like your favorite author is there, and and like, what's your thoughts on book signings?
Book what? The
Book
setting? Oh,
signings,
signing. Book signing.
signings. Like, let's say, let's say
Yes.
for sake of argument here, I decided to write a book, and then I go ahead and book a book. But let's say I decided to go ahead and plan a meeting spot and be like, "Hey, Odona Batch, I'm here to sign stuff and meet you guys." It's
I
basically like a meet and greet, but you get like them to sign your book. What's your
I
thoughts on that?
personally dumb, but like it has okay like intentions. It just seems dumb to me why you would want a book that somebody wrote in. Like it doesn't make sense to me in my head. But like at the same time, people are like, oh, it's for like cause what? So they know what like and stuff and stuff like that. I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, but like most of the time, it's really stupid, and it's like it's a keepsake or whatever. But like a lot of things are just take the book itself.
Yeah, so would you ever write a book?
Probably not.
Why wouldn't you want
I
to write a book?
I just don't have creativity in me.
Yeah, for me, I personally don't like. I've joked about a book before. Um, I'm probably going to go ahead and like make a book based off of an IRL obligation that I currently have. But I can't make a book about it because I currently am still working at it. Not currently, but you know, yeah. I just don't want
You might not.
I just don't want like somebody walking up to me being like, "Pastry, you literally wrote a book about this da 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 da." You know,
Yeah,
you know what? Like you know how go how I'm making the Johnny Jams videos even um and I didn't start making them until I quit.
yeah.
So, um if you were to see your favorite author, what would you do? Like
If I went to
author
see my favorite,
Okay, your favorite author that's still alive.
oh, hmm, I don't know. I'd probably like be like, hey, I got your book. It's really good. You should keep it up. And then like, yeah,
Would you be a
that's
nervous
probably
wreck? Would you be a nervous wreck?
I always am. What do you expect from me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Uh. Sorry. People need to stop DMing me during my show. But that's beside the point. Um. Anyway. Continue with what you were saying.
I think I said it. I don't remember what I said.
That's fine. Um. Oh yeah, about meeting your favorite author. You would be like, "Oh, that's fine." Then I was like, "You wouldn't feel nervous?"
Oh, yeah. What I thought was just I'm always nervous because I am. People have too high expectations. Do not be nervous.
Yeah, like I personally have um I basically um give people two options with me. Either deal with me or don't.
Yeah, that's fair.
Either deal with me or don't. I'm going to be how I
Oh yeah,
am. I'm going to be how I am, but and it's up to you if you want to deal with me or not. If you don't want to deal with me,
yeah,
get away from me. There. It's just that clean and simple.
yep. Oh yeah. So do you know? Well, I mean, obviously you do, but like, do you know Edgar Allan Poe?
I've heard of them. Him. Her.
Um,
What?
him, him. yeah, him.
Yeah,
And
pronouns are
he,
hard, okay? Alright, continue.
yeah, okay. So he's a poet. Do you know like the Raven and like crap, what's it called? Annabelle Lee, that's what it's called. And like the Telltale Hearts and stuff like that. That's a
Yeah.
genuine question. Yeah. So he wrote those. So not so fun facts about him because I like giving random fun facts. Um, he married his 13-year-old cousin.
What?
That was back when it was legal, but it's still weird. So,
How old was this person?
like 34, I think.
34, marrying
Yeah, he
a
was about
13-year-old.
that's what like
Pedophilia.
decades ago it was legal, and in some cases it still is actually. It's the consent of the parent.
So, I. Why?
I
Okay.
don't know.
Why are
It's
books so
weird.
messed up?
I don't know. They just are. They said we can be messed up because we can, and then just left it at that.
Imagine if you started an online book club. Could you see yourself doing that? Just go ahead and like start up a YouTube channel and just be like, "Hey, here is my online book club. You can join or don't."
Yeah, so I probably would. I'd be like, hey, join. If you don't wanna, don't. Bye.
Yeah, but I mean, like, um, yeah, um, so, how do you keep up your stamina for the really thick books? I know I said that.
Uh,
I know
you
how I said that might sound wrong, but like, what I mean by thick books, I mean like,
know what you mean.
books that are thicker than an inch.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
I'm
so
just clarifying because some people might take my words the wrong way. But I don't care if they go ahead and twist my words. That is their problem. But continue.
okay. Um, I just don't. I read it in pieces. I read like half a chapter to a chapter, like and a day, maybe more, and then I'll just read something else shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also, doesn't it confuse you if you're reading two books at the same time? Like, wait a minute.
um,
I thought this happened in this book. Oh, it happened in the other book. Whoops.
no, that hasn't happened. At least not yet.
But how about if you're reading two things that with very similar like plots and characters?
No, it's kind of like when you play games. Like you know what's happening. You don't really get confused. It's similar to that.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
personally confused two books before. Have you ever read Dear Marvin or whatever? Hold on. Dear Martin.
No, I haven't.
It's basically a book about like this gentleman that I don't hate anyone here. All right, yeah, that's good, Kronos. Anyway, so um it's basically about this black like gentleman type character that a lot of bad things have happened to him, but somehow he still stays true to who he is.
That's
Um,
nice.
literally, like his friends die during the book too.
Um,
It's like a lot of hood ish type stuff.
yeah, that's nice. I read a book that was actually kind of like hood-ish. It was, but actually it was like it takes place in like a apartment thing in a ghetto. I think that's what the word is. It's called Long Way Down. It's a really weird book.
Long way down. Hold on. I need to
Yeah.
look this one up. I might like it sounds familiar, but long way down. Um um actually it does not look familiar.
Okay. So basically, what it's about is like this dude who um I think I'm correct with this. I could be wrong, but it's about like this dude who so his brother was like a little bit older than him, and he was like really like paranoid and stuff. And then like one day, the main character went to get medicine or something for him, and witnessed him get shot in the heart, I think. So, and he saw who did it, so he's like planning his revenge all in one day. And he like takes an elevator down, um, and each floor he goes down, he like a ghost appears, or like someone he knew that's dead now. So it was like it went from um an old school friend, his uncle, some random girl, dad, and then his brother.
That's interesting. Elevators are scary enough as it is sometimes.
Yeah.
There's one of them in my aerial obligation that I would never ride because it's a part of a very old building. But yeah. Um so so this person basically meets like really old or like dead people who are currently dead.
Yeah. So people he knew that are dead.
Um Kronos, who are you talking to? Me or Wilbur? When you said hold on. Um if you're an artist, I need to find the full version of that chat. I don't know why Streamlabs be doing this to me. But yeah. Um, so how do you feel whenever you find a book about like substance abuse?
I'll try to read it, but if it gets like tough, then I'm like I quit it. Not because I don't like it, but because like some subjects I just don't like feel comfortable with. Um, yeah.
Stream is a pain. I'm talking about the software Streamlabs. But yeah, continue.
I finished.
So you say that you would stop reading the book if there was
Well,
a
yeah. I
character
would
was
try to
yeah.
basically, yeah, but I would.
Why would you want to quit reading a book just because someone can't handle themselves with substances?
It holy crap! It depends on what specific substance and like other factors. Like I'll try to push through, but if I just can't, then I quit. Like my there's I've witnessed things.
How many
That's all.
Yeah. How many books have you had to quit? Have you had to quit in the middle of because you just couldn't handle it?
Um, one, but not because I couldn't handle it, but because it was too boring. I couldn't get myself to sit down and finish it.
That's honestly me with most books. But yeah. Um how often so like whenever you're reading, how often does your mind just wander off without reading anything. Like you go ahead and just you read your book, da 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 da, then you stop, and then no, you have your book open, and then your mind starts to think, did I do the dishes today? What am I gonna do after this? Um, why didn't I
That
wash my clothes? Or like any other like thoughts? Like your
that doesn't
mind wanders off while reading.
that doesn't happen with me. At least not usually. If it does, then I kind of just get upset with myself, and then I'm like, oh, whatever, man. After,
Yeah, like so for you basically go ahead and get like really obsessed with books.
yeah. Hold on, shadow me for a second.
Hold on. Do you need to hop off for a few? All right.
Yeah, I gotta do
All right.
it.
All right. So, I guess it's just me on the show right now. But yeah, I'm just going to take just a little bit to go ahead and talk about my survey. So, I know I've talked about this um all right, Wilbur. But yeah, um who's Taters? But yeah, anyways, please go ahead and take my survey. It's gonna help me out a lot. I would recommend you, if you're very new to this channel, I would recommend you watch around a little bit to see what I'm about before you tell me like a video suggestion, because what if I already did it? Um,
Okay, hi.
what if okay, I need to finish with what I was saying. So
Okay.
um if you take the survey, it will help me out a lot, but please actually watch my videos before taking the survey, because what if you give me a suggestion that I've already done? But yeah. Anyway, Wilbur's back now. You didn't fall in
Yeah.
this time. Thank goodness.
What?
You didn't fall in this time. Thank goodness. I always act as if my guests are going to the bathroom, even if they don't, because it's just funny to be like, you didn't fall in this time. Maybe next
That's
time.
reminds me of like yours when somebody goes to the bathroom. She's like, "Don't fall in."
Have fun. Make new friends. Don't fall in. But yeah. Anyway, what book are you talking about now?
I forgot what we were talking about before I left.
Yeah, that's understandable. Um, oh yeah, my question was, has there ever been a book where you had to stop halfway through?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that now.
That
Yeah,
was what we were talking about.
yeah. So yeah, like I already said to you before answering, like I did, but it wasn't because I couldn't get myself, like, I couldn't get through it because I couldn't get myself to sit down and like be able to read it. It's boring.
Yeah, and then I said, yeah, that's pretty much me with every book.
Yeah, reading isn't for everyone.
Yeah, nothing. There's no hobby that's for everybody, and that's why I have this show to introduce
Yeah,
different hobbies to different people.
yeah, very nice.
But yeah, I have a question that I like to ask whenever like I can't think of anything else. If you were me, what questions would you ask yourself?
Um, hmm.
and answer them.
Maybe, maybe like what authors, oh, for example, like with people who like reading, like what authors they like, or like with the people who like movies, what movies they like, or like what directors or actors they like, etc., like that kind of stuff.
Okay, so like, who's your favorite author?
Um, I don't have a favorite author at this current moment,
Okay.
but if I had to pick out of like the people that have written books I have in my bedroom right now, I'd say, um, hold on, what is their name? I can't read that. Schwartz Gamble, I think that's how you say it. They wrote Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Huh. Wait, you sent me a DM. Do you want me to read it out loud? Or do you want me to keep it secret?
Oh, that. Keep that secret.
Alright. LMAO. 50 Shades of Grey be like.
Okay. That's fine.
Be like with
Yeah, where's
a
my
R instead of an E. But it's okay. Typos happen.
cries in? I said keep it secret.
But yeah. So, I know I asked you about, like, other than J.K. Rowling, like, let's pretend J.K. Rowling does not exist. What's your thoughts on Harry
Okay.
Potter?
Oh, Harry Potter. Okay.
Harry Potter.
Um,
Don't
too long.
mention Rowling.
Too long. I can't get myself to like it enough.
So you're not a big fan of Harry Potter, no matter
No, I'm
what?
not. Yeah.
That's
I don't even
understandable.
like the movies very much. The movies aren't all that good.
I heard the books were better than the movies.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I have no opinion on that matter.
Yeah. Um, do you have friends that like to read?
Um,
Or are they
yeah,
mostly just dimwits that can't pay attention like me? Ha!
they, I have friends who read, but it's either like Warrior Path or they're reading fanfic. So
Oh yeah. Um, I'm not gonna get into the fan fiction stuff
yeah,
because I don't think I'd be able to handle fan fiction stuff. On the channel anyway.
yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
what's
it's
your
like
thoughts on
romance.
poem books versus like normal
Oh, like
style?
yeah,
Like
poetry versus like non-poetry, basically.
yeah,
Is that what you're
like
saying?
a book full of poems
Oh, I
instead of
have one
like
of those.
what's your thoughts on that versus like your regular chapter book?
I like them because a lot of them are either short or like long enough to like I can sit through and like enjoy it a
So
lot.
so yeah, I forgot what I was gonna ask. Oh, do you like long things to read or short things to read better?
I like the shorter things. Those are just easier for me. I still read kids books.
What's your thought? What's your thoughts on audiobooks versus regular books? Like
They're
hard copy
great.
versus not audio, but like your ebooks, like anything you can get on like your Amazon for Fire versus like your hard copy um book?
I prefer hard copies to be honest because like it would be easier to like follow along instead of like on the phone because you can't have your finger directly on it. You can't have like bookmarks, etc., etc.
Yeah, so do you feel like the hard copy book industry is ever gonna completely die?
What? Can you repeat that?
Like the you know how there's like hard copy books?
Yeah.
Do you think the hard copy book industry is ever going to completely shut?
Oh, they will. We all know it.
Yeah, I'm just asking because like there could be some people like you who would be like, "No, I don't want to read online. I want the real book."
Well, yeah, but like that's me. But like I know that like hard books, hard covered, whatever they're called, it's like that industry is going to end one way or another. I don't
Yeah.
think any though. I think it's gonna be like the same situation with like the end of the world.
The end of the world will happen one day, hopefully not anytime soon.
It's been estimated to be around
What's
I
your
think about a billion years.
what's your thoughts on dystopian books?
I don't know what that means.
Dystopian. Um like basically like imagine a world that is bad and that's your dystopian. Such as like
That is what?
um imagine a world that is bad.
Bad.
Bad. All right. So basically, like what I was talking about earlier with like um the book about like drugs, book about
Yeah.
drugs and yeah. Who knows? Oh, just so you know, the book I'm talking about is by the name of Brave New World. You might have to read it in the future to come.
Oh, okay.
you're
So excited.
you're probably going to go ahead and watch the stream when you get to that point, and you're like, Pastry mentioned something about this,
The pastry
the bread
told us to
roll,
use
the
it.
bread that bread roll.
Not bread roll.
Yeah,
Just
I sometimes call myself a bread roll just
you
for
are a bread roll.
just for shits and giggles. But yeah, um, anyways, so what is the book with the most adult topics that you've ever read?
Um, Probably the one I mentioned earlier about like the girl in the mental hospital. So it's called Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. If I'm saying her name wrong, whatever. To be honest,
I swear this episode have turned more into a book club and less of a hobby interview show. But I mean, that but this stuff is accurate to the hobby.
yep,
As long as we
that's
as long as we stay on topic of the hobby, I'm fine.
yeah.
But
It's a
what's the
really
most
piece
what's the most messed up book you've ever read?
messed up.
Messed up.
Um, hmm. Um, I'm trying to think of what's the most gruesome.
Yeah. For
Um,
me, that honor goes to Brave New World. Again.
yeah. For me, I'd say it goes to one of one of the Five Nights at Freddy's books. I don't remember which one it is. I'll figure it out in a moment.
Yeah.
Um,
Is
Hold
it
on. Uh,
is there any content creator out there that you wished would make a book?
um, no, surprisingly, because the one that I would have wished already made a book.
Yeah. Um,
It's the band though, which is weird. But yeah, I figured out which book I was talking about. The Hermit the Freddy's one. It's surprisingly the first one.
all right. I'm gonna figure out what Fences is about since um I think I might have mixed up Fences and Freak the Mighty.
Okay.
Fences plot. Um, wait. Um, I totally messed it up. Um,
Okay.
all right. I'm gonna look up Freak the Mighty now. I think I might have accidentally explained Freak the Mighty. Freak the Mighty plot. Um, between. All right. Um, I think I'm thinking of another book. All right, whatever. You said you can see why I do animation as a hobby, right?
Yeah.
It's easier for me to make things and read things and watch things. Life be that way. But yeah. um, if you were to make your own book, would you make fun of yourself in it?
Probably.
um,
I know someone who's making a book though, like an official book.
if Rebellious Pastry the channel was a book, how do you think it would
What?
go? How do you think it would go? I feel like it would be like you know those types of books with like smaller stories in there. But yeah, like the entire book is just like random stories all thrown together in one book. I feel like that's how it would go. What is the most timeless book you've ever read? Like the classic, the most classic, never gonna be outdated.
Can you repeat the question? Sorry. Hello?
Hello,
Hi. I,
man.
I asked if you could,
Wait, you had to leave?
repeat
You had to leave?
what?
Wait, sorry, I thought you said you had to leave. I couldn't understand
No,
you.
no, I asked if you could repeat the question.
What is the most timeless book you've ever read? Like
Timeless.
timeless, meaning like hold on, I'm gonna find a dictionary definition to help you out here. But basically like classic, um timeless meaning. Not affected by time. Um not affected by the passage of time or changes in fashion. So you know how Mickey Mouse is?
Huh?
You know how Mickey Mouse is?
Yeah.
He's a classic character who have literally survived like I think an entire century at this point.
Yeah.
Um like
Like, what's the book that
think
it would be
about
like
like
that?
what's the most timeless book? Meaning like you know, yeah, Mickey Mouse.
Probably, and I'm gonna keep on mentioning this depending on like questions if I get the Freddy's book because
Like
it's,
let's see here. Like it's an old book, but it haven't gotten dated yet, outdated yet. Meaning
oh and then
something that withstands the test of time.
then The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. It's actually pretty good.
I I've seen like animated versions of like a poem from there. I haven't actually read it though. So what makes it
I
so
think
good? What makes
yeah,
it so good and what makes it so timeless?
it's the um it's it's like how it's written, like it's written in a way of like um hold on, I'm at braining. Sorry, give me a second.
That's fine.
Um it's holy crap. Anyway, it's written in a way of um like such a manner of like it's so it's in third person, but that's what makes it good. What makes it good is like how it talks about like a bird, but the bird has symbolism for other stuff, and like it talks about older things, etc., etc.
Yeah. So basically, like the bird is a symbol.
Yeah.
What is the most sneakiest symbolisms you've ever seen in a book? Like, when I mean by
Um.
sneaky is like you, no one would ever, or almost no one would ever guess that was a symbolism for something.
Um. I don't know. Easy. Um. Yeah. I don't know.
That's understandable. Just because I ask you questions don't mean you have to necessarily have an answer to them.
Yeah.
Um, is there any books you haven't read yet that you're excited to read?
Oh. Definitely.
Oh man, I can't believe I almost forgot. I can't believe I almost forgot one of the most classic questions in the entire stream show. Fire me!
What did you
Fire
forget?
me! Alright. Um wait, that's the rules. The rule page again. Hold on. Ah! Alright, how many hours a week do you typically spend on slash with it? And please do not count.
Um.
Please do not count your IRL obligation timer books in it. I'm talking about for fun, not because some big building told you so.
Um. Hmm, braining. Hold on. Wait, per week?
Just like how many hours a week? Like, think about this. A full time
No,
job
I
is
know.
40 hours a week. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'd say about like 4. It's not many, but like I don't get many chances to read because I have like IRL obligations. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
And just because I say IRL obligations don't mean you have to say IRL obligations.
Yeah, I know.
I just personally like the buffer, or like the buffer um of like you don't need to know everything I do just because I'm
Yeah.
a YouTuber. But yeah. Um like no, I do not steal cars on my spare time, but still. Um but yeah, so um yeah, I'm gonna ask this question again. If you were me, what questions would you ask your interviewee?
Uh, I
Yeah,
don't. I already answered, and then I forgot what I said. So,
yeah. You said ask them their favorite author.
oh yeah. I don't have any other answers.
Any other questions? Alrighty. Um, are we chill to go ahead and end the show a little early tonight since there's not really much happening?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, do you have any closing announcements?
Nope.
My closing announcements are please check out my survey. Please check out my video of about how Mama Pastry almost burnt the house down. And oh, here's a head start to everyone that was on stream today. I'm doing a Valentine's Day card exchange again. If you were here during Christmas, it's basically the same old thing, but for Valentine's Day this time, with extra emphasis on sexy stuff stays in the pants. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my announcements. Do you have an outro?
No.
My goodness gracious, you should have had one by now with how many times you're on the show.
Fine. Here's an outro I can just make up. Bye.
Alrighty.
Have a good day. Bye.
Anyway, I platonically love you, my donut batch, and